Hey there guys, Dano73 here, bringing you another spoiler article for the day. This is talking about some more of the 12 apostles, some water cards, as well as some fire cards too, which was unexpected. So we're starting to get to the point where we're seeing a lot of variety, not so clear-cut spoiler articles. So let's just jump right in. So we have our next special magic stone. This is Unyielding Flames Memoria. So this is the one that we would assume would go with Sylvia. If your opponent's life is exactly 4,000, this card enters your magic stone area rested. So that's very interesting. It's very interesting for the fact that you would consider that it's red, so you would want more aggressive play with red typically. But this is a stone that if you hit it first and you're on the draw, or you're on the play, then your opponent doesn't have to worry about it for a whole turn. So that's very interesting. It can tap to produce red, and it can also tap if target resonator would deal damage this turn, it deals that much plus 200 instead. So it's essentially kind of like Milas, the Ghostly Flamestone, but without having to tap anything else. And yeah, it's very interesting. Very interesting stone. The artwork's beautiful on it, but I think this is going to be like a stone that you really have to like pick your ratios on really well, because you don't want to hurt yourself in a sense. Then we have Phoenix, the Flame of the World, one of the 12 apostles. It is 4-drop with flying, 900, 900. Those stats are amazing. First off, when this card enters your field, it deals 300 damage to each resonator your opponent controls. So it just hits field, burn everything for 300. So that's not kill spell in a sense, because there's a lot of stuff out there that's not. But early game, you know, if you can ramp into a Phoenix really fast or flash in a Phoenix somehow, I mean, that's a lot of damage. Could potentially do a mini board wipe based on your opponent's board state. And then when this card is put into a graveyard from your field, you may pay 2 red. If you do, put this card, put this card into its owner's field, which would then trigger its effect again. You burn for 300 more. So it kind of just keeps coming back for those, as long as you keep the will open, kind of keeps coming back for that board presence little bit by little bit. And I'll talk a little bit more about what cards I think this is gonna go well with. In fact, from this spoiler, I think there's some potential here. Then we have a green card, a wind card, Rewriting Laws. It is a spell chant. Magic stones you control produce any color until the end of the turn, and recover up to 2 magic stones you control and draw a card. This card is bunk, like for control players. This card is straight up bunk, because you tap 2, play it, untap the 2 that you just played. They can produce any color now, and you replace Rewriting Laws in your hand. So this is just a switch for control players to be able to do all kinds of stuff during their turn. I'm very excited to see what happens here. Just that versatility with being able to filter, and the fact that this card is essentially free in every aspect of the way. I mean, as long as it doesn't get canceled, you know, you just pay 2, untap those 2, all your stones can produce all those colors, you know, so start your turn with this before you do anything else. And then you have access to all 5 colors from all of your stones the whole turn, and you replace Rewriting Laws in your hand. Like, it's a really good spell, so I'm very excited to see that in control decks. Then we have Leviathan, First of the Sea. Another 12 apostles. It is a 6-drop, 3 water, 3 colorless. When this card enters your field, discard your hand, then return all resonators your opponent controls with total cost less than or equal to the number of cards discarded this way to their owner's hands. So it just kind of bounces everything on the field. And you can banish a water magic stone to give it +2/+2 until the end of the turn. You can banish 2 water magic stones and to make him untargetable, and you can banish 3 to rest all resonators your opponent controls. So this is obviously a finisher. It's a 15/15. It's very strong. It can get even stronger. I don't like the whole having to spend your own magic stones after, banishing them. I don't know if I like that. I don't know how I feel about that, because that just runs out of steam very quickly. I mean, sure, 3 attacks from Leviathan just kills you, or even just 2, like even just 1 attack if your opponent, say you have like 5 magic stones up, and you're at like kind of the end game. Your opponent's probably around 2,000 life, so you just banish a bunch of your stones, rest everything your opponent controls, and then pump up Leviathan and just swing in. Like, I see that, but the fact is, I mean, he makes you discard your whole hand. So it feels kind of like an all-in kind of card. So there would definitely have to be a deck. I mean, the other thing is you could play blue-black with like Necronomicon, and then it wouldn't hurt as much. So I mean, that could be a resurgence of Necronomicon. I'm not quite sure what kind of deck this guy would be, but I'm excited about it either way. And then Adam Brawley, the Unfathomable. It is our other 12 Apostles Cthulhu, 3-drop 6/8. It's got Incarnation, and you can incarnate it for 2 resonators of any attribute. So 1 resonator of any attribute, 1 resonator of the same attribute or any other attribute. And then when this card enters your field, if it was played by its incarnation, for each different attribute among all the banished resonators, do the following. Light, gain 400 life. Red, 400 damage to up to 1 target resonator. Blue, draw a card. Green, ramp. Produce 1 color of will. And black, your opponent loses 400 life. So it's kind of like a mini Alice in Wonderland, the Ruler, in terms of that like color versatility. Obviously, I don't think you're going to try to splash all 5 colors, but if you have something like Alice, the Guardian of Dimensions, or something like that, and you incarnate it, it'll count as both attributes. Not in a sense of that it'll cover both of its incarnate cost, but the fact that it'll be, oh wait, that was a light and a blue from one of the 2, and then you can do like a fire for the 3rd. So by sacking 2 creatures, you get 3 effects. That kind of stuff. It's cool that Cthulhu's are getting some more support, some more incarnate stuff, and the fact that it's in a different color. So we'll have to see what this can do. So yeah, guys, that is it. That is all we have for today. I was talking about this card, Phoenix. You could incarnate it with, play it, incarnate it into Abdominally with something else, pay another 2 red, bring it back, and you've just burned everything for 6, and then burned 1 thing for 1,000. Like, that can be a board wipe, and still having presence. That was what I was talking about there. But that's all we have for today. Let me know what you think about these cards, whether you think they're awesome or not, what you think you'd play them in. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, this is DMO73 signing off.